Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Alec Bo. Welcome to Code with Bo. Today we're going to be talking about for loops in Python. This is a part of our Intro to Python series. We're going to be going over for loops today and some pretty cool things that you can do with them. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to write a simple list, and we'll just call this list groceries. We're going to just put some values in here, some data. We'll say we're going to get bread, eggs, milk, and ham. Pretty good grocery list. And so the way you write a for loop is you simply use the for keyword, and then you're going to put what you want to call. So right here, this food is going to represent a single value from this list. And so for food in groceries, then we put the name of the list. So we're saying for an item in the list, we are going to print that item. And so we're going to go ahead and run this. All right, so awesome. We got it to print to the screen. So you can see right here we have bread, eggs, milk, and ham. You can even add a little escape character to skip lines. Print. We want to do that. And there you go. Right, and so something else we can even do in the beginning is we can even write print my grocery list. All right, and that provides a little bit of structure for it. And then uh, lists are going to be one of the most common uses for loops. For loops represent the principle of iteration, right? You're iterating through each individual value in this list. And something else you can do with for loops is you can use the built-in range function. And so you don't need to iterate through a list. You just want to iterate through some numbers. You can do that with the range function. So we're going to do range. We're going to say 1 through 10. And the range function, the the end of it is non-inclusive, and so this is only going to print 1 through 9. I'll show you that right now. Go ahead and exit out of that. Oh, whoops, forgot to put the in keyword. All right, so every for loop does need the for, the name that's going to represent the individual item that's going to be iterated through, the in keyword, and then whatever you're going to be iterating through. So we're going to go ahead and run that now. And you can see where it only goes up until 9. It doesn't include that 10. And there's also the optional third parameter that can be passed to the range function, and that's going to be however many values you want to skip over. And so let's go ahead and run that. Right, so now it only prints every second value. So you see how it jumps from 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 9. All right, and then so let me show you how to do nested for loops. So you can see the concept's pretty simple so far. So we're getting something a little bit more complex, but it's not too dirty. So we're going to do for x in range 10. And whenever I do that, it's going to just go through range 10, so it's going to start with 0. And then I'm going to do a second for loop for y in range. And just to show you all a little bit of clarity, to make this a little bit clearer, I'm going to do 11 through 20. We're going to print them together like that. All right, I'm going to wait for this to finish going. Alrighty, so let's see what's going on here. So you can see where it has all the zeros, and then it goes to the ones, and then it goes to the twos. And for each x value, it goes through all the y values first. So the way this is going to execute is that this loop is going to execute completely before it goes back into this for loop. So this one starts off with the value of 0, You can see that right there. And so then the y, the for loop with the y parameter is going to go through all of its values and iterate through all of its values before it returns back into the x parameter. You can see where it goes back to the 1. It starts over with 11, goes through 12, goes through 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then, since this loop has ended, it goes back to this loop and it starts with the 2, and then it does the same thing. It goes through 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way through whatever we define it as. And so those are going to be some pretty simple use cases for loops in Python. Again, they do represent the concept of iteration. And iteration is how we, let's go ahead and look up a definition for iteration. Wherein a set of instructions or structures are repeated in a sequence of a specified number of times or until a condition is met. And so the condition that is being met whenever we iterate through here is it reaches the end of these values right here. All right, and so let's see what else. Let's make another, let's do 2 lists. So we're gonna do names equals Alec, Mike Jones, Terry Bradshaw. We'll do good old Terry. And we're gonna say, let's see, interests. All right, milk, wrapping. Try to do this. Football. Say for name in names. Print. We're actually going to do print name. Right, so you can do these double for loops with lists as well, and you can iterate through the list. Where's the syntax here? Print. Oh, whoops. All right, and so let me format this a little bit better. This is assuming that we all have common interests, right? Since me, Mike Jones, and Terry Bradshaw are all great friends, we like to hang out. We like to talk about milk, rapping, and football. Let me see. Show you how to do little formatting tricks here. And then there you go. So you can see Alec, I like milk, rapping, football. Mike Jones, milk, rapping, football. Good old Terry Bradshaw, milk, rapping, and football. And so, yeah, so these are all things we talk about whenever we hang out together. I thought I'd show you that with this for loop, and I thought it'd be a great way for you to show how you can use multiple lists in nested for loops in general. So yeah, that's going to be for loops in Python, a basic introduction. It's a pretty simple concept whenever you're working with just lists. In the future, we'll get into it with more complex data structures, such as dictionaries and things of that nature. But that's going to be all for today. As always, if you liked this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, tell me what I could have done better. As always, I'm always open to feedback because I am trying to make better videos so y'all can have better tools to use so you can learn and become better programmers yourself. But this has been Code with Bo. Thanks again for watching, and y'all have a good